Hello and welcome to Elite Speakers. I'm Chikeitha Owens
and I am Tracy Brooks.
And so we're here today. We're going to learn some information about Miss Tracy Brooks, and we're with Elite Speakers again. And so she's going to share some things with us about her testimony and what led her to Elite Speakers. And so Tracy, thank you for being here with us today. And I know that you have a lot going on. And so we're so excited about that. And so one of the things that I would like for you to tell us about today is I want to hear a little bit about the RJ Foundation.
Oh, nice. Well, the RJ Foundation was birthed from me losing my nephew. And that's part of my pain. That's part of why I'm here. Mm-hmm. My nephew, he took his own life. And from that experience, I went through something called like a mini depression.
Wow.
Yeah, for days I wouldn't go on social media. I didn't want to talk to people that I would talk to all the time, near or far out of state. And then I started getting emails and phone calls and text messages asking, how come you're not online doing your rise and grinds? Because I'm known for doing the rise and grind every morning. And that was inspired by God. And when I stopped doing that, I didn't realize it. I just stopped doing it. And then I got the calls like, where are the rise and grinds? And I'm like, man, I need a rise and grind. And they're like, well, what's going on? I'm like, I lost my nephew and I just haven't felt like doing anything. And they're like, wow, are you, I think that's like a little, you might be a little depressed. And I was like, it was like an aha moment, like, wow, this has really affected my life. And so from that pain, my sister and I said, we got to do something about this. Us losing our nephew created a whole snowball of emotions. So we were like, what can we do to spread the awareness of suicide, spread the awareness of abuse and mental illness, spread the awareness of just, knowing when to speak up when you're going through something. And we created the RJ Foundation, which is under the organization's umbrella, GB2K.
Wow. And so I had the opportunity to speak at your conference this past year, the Suicide, Your Pain Matters prevention. And so that was really awesome. And I know right now that part of the GB2K Foundation that you're working on the 100-leader mentorship program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, which you've also been a part of as well, the 100 leaders. God put a mandate on me. As you know, Chikeitha, you have gone out as one of the leaders into the high schools while we're speaking to the youth about Your Pain Matters and suicide awareness. And God put a mandate. He said, you know what? You can't do it all by yourself. And what you need to do is get 100 leaders to come in and help support these babies, because you're talking to hundreds of kids a month, out the week, out the year. And every time you go to interact with them, it's like you get overwhelmed, So it's like, share how many other leaders out there who can give encouragement, who can give inspiration, who can share the wealth. And so with the 100 leaders, we're looking for 100 leaders to join us with the RJ Foundation to help support the youth. And it's either by a phone call, an email, a text message, showing up to the school, speaking to the children, just giving a little bit of your time to show them that, we know what you're going through because we've been there. Yeah. So that's pretty much what the 100 leaders is about is, all we ask is 4 hours out the month for 1 year. So if that sounds like you and you want to give, please join us at Gogetters RS or gb2k.org for more information.
And make sure y'all go join, because we had an awesome time. We went to Roosevelt High School.
Sassy Junior High, Lakeview High. There's a couple other high schools that we've reached out to. And it's just amazing when you see the lights, the eyes light up, when you see their face light up from just knowing that, wow, you guys have been there. You guys, actually went through what we were going through, and you're not here judging us. You're here telling us it's okay. This is part of life. And it's also a fun thing, to see their little faces get engaged and show up. And sort of like what you were doing last night with your ministry. And not to turn the tables on you, but see, when you're doing great things, He's only going to align you with great people. Okay. And I call it the OQP. Okay, the OQP, and I'm going to share with y'all what the OQP is here. And this is just something I want y'all to remember. Surround yourself with OQP. And OQP is overly qualified people, only qualified people, OQP stands for only quality people. See, when you're doing quality God's work, God
Yes.
will align you with quality people. And that's kind of where we are today, just being aligned with quality and living our best lives, helping people out.
Yes. And so, again, I know we were talking about the 100 leaders, and
Yes.
we had an opportunity when we were at Roosevelt. You want to share with us who we had an opportunity to have with us to be able to help and also share and talk to the kids?
Well, you know, I don't like to make it seem like we're looking for superstars, but here's the thing. When you step up and you get in front of those kids, you become a superstar.
Yes.
You become a godlike figure to them. You become a mentor. You become the person that they want to be like. And we are great amongst ourselves, being regular people, but we've had some highly influential people a part of the 100 leaders. And one of them is my big brother, who I adore so much. And he's such a great guy, Mr. Big Boom, the bodyguard to the stars. He's been working with Steve Harvey for over 28 years and counting. They're away right now in the Bahamas. So Big Boom has always been a part of my programs and what we do with the youth. So he's all about reinventing yourself and being great. But the other great person that we have that's a part of our leadership is the actor, the producer, the writer, the comedian, Mr. Alex Thomas himself. And wow,
that was awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
Yes.
We may even throw some pics in there to kind of show y'all him in action and speaking to the kids, because I thought that was really exuberant that he would take time out his busy schedule to do a tour here at the Improv.
Yeah.
And he took time out to speak to the kids as part of the 100 leaders. So again, you don't have to be a movie star. You don't have to be famous, but you do have to have heart for God, you know, and want to work for the children. And if that's you, we encourage you at RJ Foundation to sign up to be a leader. 100 mentors, the leadership program, y'all. You can't go wrong when you're giving back.
Yes. And so, Tracy, one of the things that I just wanted to share is because through the Elite Speakers program that we have going on, one of the things that we're sharing is creating a platform where women can come and people can come and share and tell their stories and share their pain. And so one of the most important things that I think is awesome about the mentorship program is because you get to do it right there with these children, especially if you were a child when you were going through some things. Guess what? You get to share your story there. Starting where it started. Because some of those kids are going through the same thing that you've already went through. And so that just leads us up to, you know, being able to share about our pain. Can you tell us a little bit about your pain, Tracy?
Wow. One thing that I share with the kids when I'm in the class is that my bullying that I experienced in the 7th grade, about the young lady that would sit behind me and she would flick my ears and tell me my ears were big and I was ugly. And she did that for about 2 weeks. And at the time, I didn't understand she was bullying me because I didn't ever deal with that type of behavior before. I've dealt with racism before, but not bullying, which is racism is bullying. But I took my power back after 2 weeks, you know, after looking in the mirror. I was like, my ears ain't that big. I ain't that bad. And I've been told I was cute all my life. So why am I letting her words affect me? And I went back in, I took my power back. And when I shared that story with the kids, their eyes light up. And they're like, wow, I can take my power back. But you know, that's just that's just one aspect of my pain. My pain go way back to when I was a little girl. And my mother left my father. And when we moved away from my father, I got sexually molested by a family member. And my pain was, had my mom not left my dad, had she not done that, that wouldn't have never happened to me. Had she never left my dad and moved to a whole nother city in the state, that would have never happened. I would have never been abused. And I carried that pain for so long, and it has crushed so many loving relationships that I could have had. It has caused me to sabotage all types of relationships. It's caused me to be psychologically uncommittable. And at that point, when I realized that, I was 27 years old when I realized I was afraid of commitment. Wow. Afraid of commitment. And out of that pain, I've been engaged a few times, and I would leave right when it's time to get married. Like, I would literally fly out of state and go be away and just leave that person like in the dust. And I've had to literally go back and apologize. When I healed, I had to go back and ask for forgiveness. And that takes a lot of strength. Yes, it does. It takes a lot of strength in asking for forgiveness. But I overcame it, y'all. I overcame it. I guess I just had the tenacity to keep going and the fortitude to stay in the race. And that's something that I want to encourage you all. If you're in this race in life and you feel like you're losing, you feel like you're giving up, don't give up. Share your pain with somebody, because that's going to help you fuel your engine and get you moving again. Because when you're sitting in your pain, one thing I realized about my pain, Chikeitha, while I was sitting in my pain, I wasn't being productive. And then when I figured out I wasn't being productive, I just started masking the pain with productivity. But then there was some mess in my productivity that I didn't recognize. And it was that little black box. So I just encourage those who are going through something to share, because it will immobilize you in life in so many areas that you are not aware of. And once you start to share and testify that misery, that pain, you'll just feel the whole weight lift up off your shoulders. Yes.
That is beautiful. You know, the more I talk to you, it's like your story just keeps going.
Yeah.
Like it's the never ending story.
Well, you know,
I hear something new every time.
Well, you know, that's how I got the name the Gogetter.
Yeah.
Because I took my pain and it fueled my purpose. I let my pain fuel my purpose. And then my passion was to help others overcome their pain. But then I realized I'm still in pain. I was still in pain.
And you can't do anything to help anybody.
Oh, you can help them.
Until you work through your own.
You can help. No, wait. That's so true. But what I found in my pain, I was able to help others, but I couldn't help myself.
You couldn't help yourself.
Until I realized I was still in pain. And then that's when I realized I can't get no further unless I deal with myself. And so I had to go within, and I had to learn how to love myself first. Above all things, love myself and forgive myself for holding grudges, forgive myself for not telling on the people who hurt me, forgive myself and just be able to move on. And from there, the Go-Getter was birthed.
And I know that you, and I'm gonna throw this out there, I'm moving a little ahead of myself, but I know because you're talking about loving yourself first, I know that you even put together a course to be able to help those of you that have problems in that area of wanting to love on everybody else.
You know, I think we've all been there, Chikeitha. You and I were much of the same kindred spirit. We're givers, we're people pleasers, which we have to come out of that stage. And, you know, it takes some time to get past it. But in that sense, you know, if you don't love yourself first, you'll always find yourself being a second choice or a second option or plan B, or you'll just find yourself giving and not being fulfilled. And I can't say I've been there in a long time in my life, but I've been there where I was a people pleaser. And I just want to give until I looked up and I was all empty. So that's when I learned to love myself. I start having massages. I start getting, you know, going out on dates by myself. I go out into nature and I take walks in the park, at the lake. I look up into the stars and I stargaze. I just spend intimate time with God without being in a church setting, without being in a surrounding of other people, but just me and God in nature alone. And once I began to love myself, I saw my value and I saw my worth. And then I was able to help others see their value and see their worth. Wow. And that's where Love Yourself First pretty much came from.
That's good. And I know that we talked a little bit about your pain and a lot of the pain that you went through, that you've also put together a Pain to Purpose program.
Yes, I have a Pain to Purpose program. Again, there is purpose in your pain. And in order to get to your purpose, you have to heal. So I created a program, Pain to Purpose, a workshop, a seminar, a conference, and a book, okay? So these things are all coming, but I do have a course that you can actually, go through and learn how to heal. And that's so important. If we're not healing, honey, we can't be successful. Or we can be successful, but we'll be there halfway.
And this lady, she is so awesome. Not only is she writing books and putting together courses and content, working on elite speakers, she's just wearing many hats. Tracy also has published forthcoming a couple of books, not just one,
God
or two or three.
God has been working in my mind, and it's time for us to come forth with our gifts. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you live full, but die empty. And with the programs and the books that I'm creating right now, Love Yourself First, Your Pain to Purpose. Come on, guys, you cannot fulfill your life purpose if you're sitting on your pain. And I want to help you get to that next level. So that's why I'm creating these courses. That's why I'm creating the workbooks and the workshops and the seminars. We have elite speakers to help you, because, it's no fun when you're only one in a room that's healed and living your best life and everybody around you miserable and hating the jobs that they go to and hating the relationships that they're in. It's time to live in love and peace and happiness. And that's what I want to help y'all do.
Awesome. I know that you have some events coming up.
Several.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Reset Conference?
Yeah, that's the one, y'all.
I'm
the
excited.
Reset Conference in 2020 here in Dallas, Texas. This is the 3rd annual. So if you hadn't gone to the Reset in Florida, if you hadn't been to the first Reset here in Dallas, you do not want to miss this Reset Conference this year. Dallas, Texas, you can go to Ready for My Reset. I am one of the keynote speakers there. We're going to have so many powerful speakers in the room. Some of my mentors, those that I was raised up under when I was learning how to be a great keynote speaker, they will be there. They will be sharing their knowledge, and I'll be sharing my reset. I'll be letting y'all know how I got to reset and how you can reset too. So awesome. That's going to be very powerful, and I hope to see y'all there.
That sounds awesome, and I'm going to be there.
Yes.
I will be there. All right. So I just thank you for allowing me to interview you today, so you can share a little bit about all of the things that you have going on. And is there anything else that you would like for the audience to know about you and what you have going on right now?
Well, like I spoke on before, I have the courses that I've created, the signature courses, but I also do one-on-one coaching. And the one-on-one coaching is to help you get to your greatness. I like to go in and a lot of times we mask our greatness. I've been doing it for years, but I finally figured out the key. So I have 3 key solutions to help you get there, but you have to be willing and you have to be open to want to get to that next level in life. You have to want to not be stagnant, but be able to propel and take the next step, because sometimes we could take 1 step forward and end up taking 2 steps back because of what society says. How you gonna do that? You can't do that. How did you get there? You don't have the degree for that, or whatever the case may be. Well, my program, my coaching is to help you see the greatness within yourself, but also see the greatness in others. So we're not walking around with competition. We're not walking around judging. We're just walking around being equal, loving beings.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
And so can you tell the listening audience, Tracy, how can they find out more about your information if they wanted to be a part of your coaching program or your courses that you have as well?
Absolutely. You can go to gb2k.org. You can also visit me on I have a personal new website that I'm working on that has all the coaching available there. And it is the number 2, Tracy Brooks .wixsite, wixsite.com// T2TBE. That's T2TBE, stands for Talk to Tracy Brooks Enterprises. And you can also follow me on social media. I'm the Worldwide Gogetter on Instagram, and also Talk to Tracy Brooks on Facebook. Or you can just Google me. I should pop up.
And better yet, if you guys are watching this right now, you should see that at the bottom of your screen.
Yes, right there.
With everything that she just shared.
So be able to please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. Like, share, and subscribe.
Oh,
and
yeah. I also have a YouTube channel, GB2K.
Yes.
It's dedicated to the organization, but we have a whole bunch of stuff on there. I think you guys would enjoy. So go check us out. GB2K on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tracy, for taking the time out and doing this. And I'm sure the audience is definitely excited about what they've learned about you today, because that's some awesome stuff that you're doing in the community. And there's so much more, guys. You just have to follow her and find out, because this is just a little bit that she shared today. But I just thank you all, and we look forward to you guys following us.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is Elite Speakers, and we're out. Bye.